Age at the end.
And we are back here at the Paris Blockchain Week. Wonderful time. A lot of really interesting people I have with me here. Zolta, Rendes, and he was just telling me, I'm just being on the camera. And his former lives and everything else. Pretty interesting guy. He's with the SunMoney Solar Group, which I have to tell you, when this first came in and I saw it come across, and actually when I reached out to you guys initially, that this is going to be a cool one. So tell me a little bit about SunMoney Solar Group and what brought you here to the Paris Blockchain Week.
Hello, and it's great to be here. And thank you for inviting me on the show. SunMoney Solar Group was established 11 years ago, so we are a very major company. Like when they when they ask us here at the Paris Blockchain Week, okay, do you have already on the market or proof of concept? Yeah, 11 years of it. So we are a renewable energy investment company. What we do and what we did in the fiat world, in the normal money world, is that we build or buy solar power plants and we let people to buy in.
Okay.
And we maintain and support the parks for them and we sell the electricity on their behalf.
Okay.
And everybody gets their revenues every month based on the size of their share. So pretty easy. And the company in 2022, we started to explore blockchain as a vessel for the same kind of business model, basically building community solar power program on blockchain. And we did a pilot, which was a roaring success.
Yeah.
And we ended up focusing a lot on our token SDBN, which is a new company in addition to the group in the crypto zone of Dubai in DMCC, under fully regulated zone.
Yep.
And so we are doing the same business model in the tokenized world, the tokenized asset world. I think we jumped on the wave when there was really no wave yet. And it was good, like the trends kind of caught up with us. So we are promoting SDBN 3 now. It's the third phase of the token. And we kind of love the ease and transparency of the blockchain world compared to the fiat world.
Right.
And it's a whole new type of clients.
Yep.
We have like 50,000 clients from 60 countries in the world. This is a whole new era for us, so very new dynamics from clients and users and building a community. We have a huge follower base, like 1 million people follow us on our social media handles.
Great.
And we are big advocates of the fight against climate change.
Yeah.
And we are thinking of it, as our slogan tells it all, make money, save the planet. So we do both. And we have a school program from very early age to take kids on a field trip, on a field physics lesson at a solar power plant. We are going to universities to tell the young pros that they can have impact on climate. And also our main, sentence in this or statement is that you can make money from things which are good for this world.
Right.
And you don't need to fight.
It's a great message. Great message.
Yes, it's a straight message. And you should not be against anything because we still need carbon and we still need fossil fuels. We cannot change everything at once. So you have to be patient and start to turn the direction of the flow of money in the right direction. And we're going to be good. It's not don't need to panic. And I think a lot of problem with climate change is that people are too harsh on things, and they want that if they become radicals. And it's not that. Like it's going to be an evolution, not a revolution.
Well, really interesting. Right off the bat, of course, a few questions there. One, I'll just start with that. 50,000 users. What does that look like for you? What does that mean? Are those token holders? Is there some use, or what are they doing? What does that mean?
These are 50,000 users from the fiat world.
Right.
And we added with the tokenization, like the first round of the pilot was among our fiat users.
Okay.
They picked it up in 4 days. And second phase, 60-70% was still picked up by our clients, but already some new clients came in. So it's like we made so far in the blockchain world like 1,500 clients, new clients.
Okay.
But the tickets are way bigger than in the fiat world.
Right.
Like the average basket value is really high with us. And we are not on exchange. We are not a tradable token.
Okay.
We don't have a secondary market just yet because we don't need it. Like we basically tokenize our own assets, which we own in the group, and we don't need the extra money from on the shelf. What we need is that we can sell out these on blockchain, and then we reinvest immediately. All the profits are reinvested, and we pick up more and more as assets in the 10 phases of SDBN. Altogether, 250 megawatts of solar power.
Wow!
And we are not just adding solar to the mix. Like from SDBN2, we started to add another investment of the group.
SDBN.
SDBN.
That's
the token.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
And we invested in a zero emission tire recycling solution.
Oh, it's amazing.
And we brought it to prototype, and now it's already at the first clients are using it. So it's already on the market. So we are tokenizing that into the mix. And our plan, our vision is that in the 10 phases, we're going to push more and more into it, green solutions, renewables, and all that. So when you buy SDBN, you're basically buying into a green portfolio of investments, and very viable investments.
Amazing. So interesting, really, and what a great use case. So 11 years is a long time. Obviously, you weren't thinking of tokenizing 11 years ago. So how did the roots of it, what's the story of how it got started?
We started to explore the crypto world as a payment tool.
Okay.
As a lot of companies.
Right. We're going to accept Bitcoin. We're going to accept.
Yes. But still, at that time when we did that, banks didn't like you. You take
don't.
Your business accounts. You don't take Bitcoin. Take it off, and then you can stay our client. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem.
Right.
So, and that was the time when the ICO started, and that was a huge chaos on the market. So we kind of backed off.
Yep.
We didn't want to overshadow our business model with the weirdness, all the weirdness and the unregulated, like Wild West era of the crypto world. But it stayed in our mind because blockchain is such a great vessel tool. To do transparent, quick, sustainable transactions,
right?
And be very global with it. And so in 2021, we revisited the topic and started to build our way on it. And how can we adopt? And in 2022, we said, like, we did all the planning. Let's do a pilot. And we did the pilot, and it was, as I told you, roaring success. So it was back to the planning table.
Yep.
Drawing table.
Yep.
We drew up the project in 10 phases and started with the second phase, which was sold out 2-3 weeks ago.
Nice.
And now going into third phase this week. We timed it to Paris Blockchain Week.
Yeah.
And and it's so that was it. I think blockchain and the crypto world needs more companies like us who look at it as a way of doing business.
Yep.
And people are fed up with the Wild West mentality of tradable coins without anything in unregulated zones and wherever. People want the same kind of regulated transparency as you would want with your regular investment in the fiat financial world.
Even more, sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and it provides that capability. So I know you mentioned a little bit early on about how you're producing all these megawatts of electricity, but talk to me again about that. Like, you guys own a lot of this equipment? You own a lot of solar panels?
Yes. We build solar power plants in Europe.
Okay.
And
where in Europe?
In Hungary, actually.
Uh-huh.
And Hungary is very pro-solar.
Yes.
And it's great incentives, long-term contracts with state
okay.
for electricity, feed-in tariff.
Uh-huh.
And so it mitigates a lot of risks for us, and good pricing for electricity too. So
stable
we believe,
government.
And it's a southern country also, so a lot of sunlight. It's basically, we are expanding into neighboring countries with solar power plants. Of course, Croatia has way more sun than Hungary. That's a very, very southern European country, and so we are expanding in the region, but it's a comfortable region. risk-wise, and all the risks are mitigatable. We don't run low probability but high impact risks, and like we would in South America or Mexico or all those places.
Right.
And we are trying to pick up more and more assets and look beyond Europe, but only look beyond to places where it's stable, government is stable, and you can make long-term contracts and insurance. Because insurance is very important for our clients, that everything has to be insured.
Yeah, it makes sense. So and we're coming up here, we have a minute left. As far as how people can get involved, if someone's watching this on their TV in Texas, how can they get involved?
Well, US is a very different zone.
US is tricky. We're
zone.
Streaming around the world too. On our
but you can get involved if you go to sunmoney.com and then just hit SDBN. You will see it on the front page. Hit SDBN and read everything about it. A great white paper, strong offering, and a great vision behind it. And I can tell you, most fantastic team on the world.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming on. So
Thank
it's sunmoney.com. Sunmoney.com. What's the Twitter?
It's SunMoney Official or something.
So SunMoney Official or something like that. I'll tag it when I put this out there. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.